Hey everyone, welcome to another video. I hope you're all doing well. Today we are going to talk about the upcoming transit of Rahu in Pisces. And this video is dedicated to the Rahu's transit over the natal planets. Let me give you some detail about this. So Rahu will transit through the sign of Pisces between November 2023 to May 2025. Now, during this duration of 18 months, if you have a planet in Pisces in your natal chart, okay, so Rahu will transit over that particular planet and you will see life changes. You will see some major changes in your life with respect to the planet which is transited by Rahu. So if Rahu transits over, suppose your Saturn, you will see major career changes. If Rahu transits over Venus, you will see major changes in your love life, in your business, in your relationships, in your family life. So let's understand how Rahu's transit over your natal planets in Pisces will work for you. Just let me give you a quick description what Rahu in Pisces is all about. Now, what is Pisces? Pisces is the subconscious mind, 12th house. This is the house of isolation. This is the house of dreams. This is what lies within you, the subconscious mind. I always say subconscious mind is the base of the iceberg. The tip of the iceberg looks tiny, it's not so huge, but the base of the iceberg is so huge and it's hidden. It's hidden from the world. Sometimes it's hidden from us as well. So what Rahu is doing? Rahu is just exposing this base of the iceberg, which literally means that all those emotions which you have deep within, all that trapped emotions, ideas, fascination, desires, all coming up to the surface. And there are two themes of this because Pisces is a dual sign. So Rahu's transit over Pisces could be about a lot of dreaming, sometimes losing the touch of reality as well, living in your desires, in your dreams, a lot of daydreaming. This transit is about how you feel and how you take actions based on that feeling. This feeling could be just your emotions, overwhelming emotions, and this leads to actions. It could be your intuition guiding you to take actions. So there is a duality to this transit. The first one is about too much of overthinking, too much of dreaming and not doing the actions, getting confused about life. And the other one is getting in touch with your intuition, getting in touch with your imagination, getting in touch with your wisdom. Ultimately, this is the sign of Jupiter, Pisces, and beautifully using your knowledge and wisdom to do something constructive about your life. And in general, Rahu in Pisces is about waking up to yourself. You know, it's a wake up call and getting rid of such things which keep you stagnant in life. Such maybe aspects of life where you never got any closure, and because of that you're dealing with so many challenges emotionally. So working on those closures, completing certain works, and if those works are not being completed, not just sitting there and waiting for things to change, you can do something else. You can try doing different work. So the more you're dwelling into your thoughts in this transit, the more you focus on how heavy you feel, the more challenges you will get. But the more you try to come out from those feelings and still see the bigger picture that the tomorrow may bring something new. So, you know, getting out of that feeling of being stagnant, the more growth you will see at this time. You are your own guide. Definitely. And it is also about spiritual work, not just following spiritual path for the namesake, but understanding self through spirituality. like learning like a student, not saying, oh, I know everything, because Rahu here can be this teacher, like, I know everything, I need not to learn. But this is the time when you should be open to learning and be open to listen to self. So let's understand how Rahu's transit over natal planets will work, and along with that, just see number one, which planet is being transited by Rahu. Secondly, in which house this is happening. Number three, the planet which is transited by Rahu, what all houses it rules in your chart, and of course, which Mahadasha you're going through. Everything matters here. So let's get started. If you have your ascendant in Pisces, that is the Lagna in the Pisces, then Rahu will of course transit over your ascendant, and it will show its maximum impact when it's 5 degree or less than 5 degree away from your ascendant. So what kind of changes you may expect? Number one, focus on what your body is telling you, because this is the house of your physical body. This is also your personality, and your body will show signs, symptoms that you really need to focus on your thought process. Health needs great care, healing needs to happen, but it is more of deep emotional healing. And when that happens, every cell of your body heals. So focus on what your body is trying to say, what kind of symptoms you have in your body. And the underlying emotion connected to it. Something needs to be restored, the way you think, the way you act. Because ultimately, Pisces is the subconscious mind. So deep-rooted emotions leading to certain health issues like aggression. Deep-rooted aggression may lead to issues connected to your lungs. Okay? And constantly worrying about something is leading to pain in your knees or joints. Feeling insecure, it's leading to that. We have a lot of health challenges which are having this underlying emotional issue. So you need to find that, what your body is trying to say. And second thing with this transit is definitely movement to faraway places. There is curiosity, but also there is this fear, tension. What will happen? How will I thrive in that place? There's travel, there is settlement in faraway places, maybe foreign lands. So there is this confusion, how things will happen, how everything will be executed when I make this major move. Now, the major theme for you as Rahu transits over your ascendant in Pisces is to take care of your time. Because with this transit, you may feel certain things should have happened by now. Like you have few projects in line, maybe there's an event you're waiting for and it's not happening. And you're so focused on that, and with this you're wasting your time, your efforts, and your energy, like being stuck at one place. The mind is stuck and you don't know where to move. Like, I should go back to work on it, or maybe I should leave it wherever it is and I need to move on. This could be your family life, this could be about you. You want to move on from a certain experience, idea. You want to move on from a certain situation, because throughout this duration, when Rahu is in Pisces, Jupiter is transiting from Aries and Taurus. So this transit is showing you will be stuck in a situation or mindset which is about you. How you view yourself, how you want to move on from a certain state of mind or experience, or how you want to move away from the family, maybe a family responsibility, or maybe some kind of bad experience connected to the family. So moving on, working on your money and everything. But Rahu in Pisces also shows that there are certain areas where you cannot work right now. They have to be in that very same state. You cannot dive into it, jump into it to resolve it, because it will further make things more difficult. So you have to be very wise. This is the Jupiter sign. Tap into the wisdom where you can work right now and what needs to be untouched. What aspect of life needs to be untouched? Whether it's your relationship, do you need to confront this person, or you need to just leave it at the very same situation? So with this, you're also learning to trust the time. You have to be very careful where you are investing your mind and where you need to leave it behind and not to worry about it too much. You may feel like the time is running out of your hands and you don't know what to do. So that needs to be taken care of. Do work with your own speed, your own interest, and also have this faith, because ultimately it's a Jupiter sign. The faith is important, that what you need is coming to you. What you need will happen, but you need to really leave that impatient mindset behind. Also, not a good time to overindulge into anything, whether it's a habit, whether it's some kind of addiction. Maybe it's about simply grooming yourself, maybe it's about eating, it's about traveling. Overindulgence is possible here, just to get that gratification for a certain period of time. So that needs to be avoided. And there's also trust issues here with the people. There will be a paranoia for you. So I would suggest not to easily trust everyone, but also do not show this nature that, like, be in a state of denial. I don't want to meet anyone, I don't trust anyone, everyone is like that, and I cannot blend with others. That emotion needs to be taken care of. Just observe this world, bigger picture, getting the higher understanding of the world without judging anyone or anything. Just observe. Like you're up there in the sky floating and you're looking at the earth. Just observation without any judgment. Hey everyone, if you have Sun in Pisces, then Rahu will transit over your natal Sun, and this is a time for you to navigate and select your path carefully wherever you want to go, whether it's your career, it's your health, it's your finances, relationships. Because with Rahu transiting over the Sun, which is actually in Pisces, there is a sense of loneliness. You may feel lost at this time, and trust me, it's not something so negative. It's just that feeling lost, even if you're having great ambition, even if you have excellent opportunities in your hands, it's not about losing your power but feeling lost, because you are confused with respect to your journey. You may be doing excellently, but it's just that you're not happy with that power. You may be doing your work because you have to. Maybe this is what the world expects you to do. Maybe it's just about competition. So you're doing your best because you want to win. You want to prove that you are better than others. But all of this is not giving you that happiness. The power is not giving you that happiness. There's a realization that whatever the goals and ambitions you have, you're not so connected to them, or these goals, ambitions are not making you happy. Okay? If this sign was different, like if Sun was in a different sign, things might have been very different from what I'm talking about right now. But this is Pisces. Sun is the Karaka of your soul. Sun is a planet which rules the fifth house, which is the house of intelligence. Okay, so here the intelligence, the inner you, the soul's intelligence, the wisdom you have within, this needs to be activated. Like the soul is not happy with the worldly things happening around you. You may try to cling to your success, to whatever thing is precious to you, especially your power, your impact over others, but deep within there is this sense of uh, unhappiness, or maybe you're feeling that other people are doing so well, they're so powerful emotionally, mentally, physically, but I'm not doing best, I'm not as strong as they are. So stop comparing yourself in this transit, and this is a time to just focus on your inner wisdom, not what the authority, maybe some elder is telling you, but this is the sign of the Guru, the Jupiter, Pisces. This is the wisdom deep within, the subconscious. Trusting your decisions is important rather than copying someone else's success and their stories. This is indeed a difficult transit when it comes to the masculine figures in life. It could be the father is not doing well with respect to health, or maybe the father is dealing with challenges in his personal life or work, or simply you feel isolated. Like your needs are not being taken care of by a masculine figure in your life, someone who is supposed to protect you and take care of you. And there is distance between you and a certain loved one. It could be the simply physical distance as well, or it could be challenges from authority. Okay, you're doing your best work, but what is being expected by you, you're unable to follow that, unable to do things in that manner, and health needs great care. Your eyesight is going to get challenged. If you experience any headache or fever, you need to get treatment. You need to focus on your health. Don't ignore your symptoms, and do listen to the intuition. This transit is happening after 18 years. After 18 years, Rahu is here over your sun. Okay, learn to focus on your wisdom rather than what others have to impose on you. That's what you are learning, and you may feel lost at this time. You may try to find happiness from your career or hobby or anything, but this is a time when you need to face yourself, because this is like an eclipse happening, Rahu over sun. So it's time to cut away from the world. If something makes you anxious, face it. Face it. Do not be afraid of it. There's a fear of uncertainty. Face it. This is what you have to learn. But the positive part is, when you feel isolated, when you feel that not everyone is focusing on you, this helps you to find your gifts. This helps you to focus on your positive traits and your skills. So it's like refinement of what you already know, the gifts you have. So this is leading to a lot of growth. If Rahu is transiting over your natal moon in Pisces, then let's see what kind of changes you may witness. So your moon is in Pisces, and of course it's being visited by Rahu. So this is a time when you may feel very overwhelmed, overexcited as well. So two kind of emotions here. I would say like just two emotions. You can feel the entire spectrum of emotions, different feelings, because moon is mind. So feeling so much at one time. There are times when you'll be overexcited about a certain event. Maybe you want to work on a project, you want to do something you always wanted to do, about a person. So you're excited about something during this transit. And there is also a phase when you may feel a bit isolated. You may feel that there is not enough emotional connection with the people. People might be there for you physically, but emotionally, you feel like, no, am I alone in this world kind of feeling. So moon being transited by Rahu in Pisces, this is the time when you take care of yourself. Okay, imagine like you're having this a cup in your hands. That cup is full of water. Okay, and how much you give to others, how much you spill that water by getting a bit tense, you are in hurry, you are moving here and there. So like, don't waste your resources, don't waste your emotions, don't waste your empathy you have, the gift of empathy you have. Moon Pisces, you do have it. There is this kindness deep within to give to others. But how much you do, how much you are ready to give, this needs to be checked here, because the emotional connections are getting challenged here in this transit. People may come to you, they may expect a lot from you. You may also have a lot of expectation from others as well. So it's the time to give some rest to your mind. Things may happen in phases. Okay, there will be times when you're super active, you're fully dedicated in your work towards the development of a certain work project, working on a certain aspect of life. So a lot of mental work is happening here. And then there are phases when you may like to isolate yourself. You may go into your own space. You may want to rest, you may want to take care of your body, your mind. You want to do certain activities which are really making you happy and relaxed. So emotional healing, deep emotional healing is a requirement at this time, because in the introduction I mentioned that the Pisces represents the 12th house, the subconscious, like this huge base of the iceberg, all hidden. So when Rahu touches the moon, it brings all the emotions which are suppressed, all the desires suppressed and kept within from many, many years, and now everything comes up. Okay, so there's this quest to achieve things quickly. Let me complete my work quickly, let me achieve things which I really desired about from so long. During this time, movement is also significant. Travel, moving from one country to another, one state to another state, maybe one city to another city. There is travel, there is movement. And if it's not the physical movement, it's the mental travel. Okay, your mind is wavering from one aspect of life to another. Like, you want the stability, you want to work on things, you want to secure certain things, but your mind is not able to stay fixated on one particular thing, like finish it and then move on to the next thing. So the ability to complete your work, complete anything which you started, may get challenged. And this is also leading to a lot of movement and travel because of work, because of also family responsibilities, finding better financial opportunities in faraway places. And I think it's a wonderful time if you really want to invest in yourself. Whatever makes you happy, the work, the hobby, any activity, taking out time and doing it. Your imagination is reaching to great heights at this time. The creativity is going to great heights at this time. Your mind will itself find the ways how to heal yourself. It's time to leave certain experiences and emotions behind. Such experiences where you were being hurt, where you were being kept confused by others, where you were being let down by others. This needs to go away because your mind will struggle with the past memories in this transit. And if you get stuck in those experiences and memories, then again, you automatically are isolating yourself. But this isolation is a very negative isolation, not doing anything constructive, but just thinking about the bad things. So, the positive side of this aspect is definitely movement, travel, great imagination. If you are into any creative work, healing work, you are into a work where you have to maybe, connect with the people in the foreign lands, there is some kind of foreign land association. If you are a teacher, if you are in the work of spirituality, this is going to help you in your professional journey. This will bring more opportunities as well. And also, the mother's well being is being challenged here. So, you may be worried about your mother's health, or maybe a significant woman in your life, a guiding figure in your life. And it could also be for some people restoring your relationship with someone. It can be your mother, it can also be coming back to a significant person where there were differences, but now there is this desire, there is this time when both of you may connect very well together. Like, the differences, that yeah, there are differences between you two, but still learning to complete that picture, learning to be together, understanding each other. So there is this emotional involvement with someone, which may happen. Talking again to someone may happen at this time. And again, I would conclude this analysis by saying this is also about working with your own self. Like, a part of you wants to go in one direction, and a part of you wants to go in a different direction. So there are certain things in you which are acting against you, certain qualities of you acting against your growth and your success. So you're fighting back with this. And don't be in this, like, it's great to dream, but certain fantasies, certain desires, and they may not help you to grow at this time. You may feel, oh, this is a beautiful dream, and you're living that dream. Learning to be in touch of reality is important here. Don't lose the touch of reality. Be practical with your plans, with your dreams, with whatever you do. Don't lose that practical side of life. At this time, also don't participate in other people's drama. Don't get too deeper into other people's issue in such a way that you lose yourself, you lose your mental strength and power. This is a time when you are somewhere fighting with your own ideas, with your own mindset. So the more you spend time with yourself, the more you focus on your spiritual work, connecting with the higher powers, focusing on your sleep, meditations are very important at this time. And then you see how amazing you are. You can really make the best use of this transit if you take care of your mind, if you are following a very peaceful routine, you're trying to keep yourself safe, protect your peace at any cost at this time. And then you see how you flourish, how you do so many work and activities all together. You can be very productive if you want, but again, just don't just flow with other people's problems, and don't just flow with your overwhelming emotions. You need to know when to stop and take care of yourself. You have Mars in Pisces, and of course, Rahu will transit over your natal Mars in the next 18 months. So let's see what kind of changes you may expect. Mars is a very important planet of power, energy. No matter how creative you are, no matter how great plans you have, if there is no support of Mars, you cannot create. And here, as Mars is being transited by Rahu in Pisces, Pisces, the sign of 12th house, subconscious, isolation, you feel there is a dead end out there for you. There is not enough clarity. Where am I going? Or I would say the mind is more focused on the end result rather than thinking about how should I execute this plan, how can I make things better, how can I work every single day. The mind fears about what's the end result. And when you feel it might not happen the way I want to, the fear of failure challenges your courage and your strength. And you don't have to do this to yourself. Here, Mars will learn. In this transit, you will learn through the Mars. Step by step work every single day is important. You don't have to be absent from your work. Don't do this. Because Mars, Mars is this energy, right? And this power. A lot of energy is being wasted in thinking about the end result, thinking about what is not working for you, and you're unable to use that resource for your real work. So avoid wasting your power, your courage, and strength at this time. Okay. Now, for some people, it could also be feeling a bit clueless in litigation issues. And you may find new ways to defend yourself, to work on that court issue. So, yeah, it may bring that court issue to the surface, and you have to work on it. It may make you a bit nervous. And of course, it's Mars, which is the planet of passion, aggression as well, ambition as well. So as Rahu transits over Mars, it shows aggression. All that intense feelings you kept within, now it's coming up. You may not mean it to shout on someone, or you are, talking with others in a very high pitched tone, but it's just happening so naturally. You don't mean it, you don't want it, but again, how you talk to others, take care of that, and don't take decisions just in aggression or passion. This may lead to arguments with the loved ones. This entire duration, when Rahu transits from Pisces, the Jupiter is either in Aries or it will be in Taurus. So this is aggression because of the people around you, the family members, and so quarrels with them, and also quarrel with your own self. Whenever you feel defeated, whenever you feel something didn't happen the way you want to, you tend to hurt yourself emotionally. You are impacting your own strength. You are the reason why you may feel weak. So you have to stop fighting with your own self. That's a big theme over here. And it is also a transit which may take you away from your family because of work, because of the passion you have. You want to create something because Mars is important in creating. It is the powerhouse. So it could be creating your own work project. It could be moving away from the home to get better opportunities, to create a career. And take care of yourself. Take care of your health. You may get health issues connected to the blood, your feet. Injuries may happen. Any health issue where the immune system is weak and it's leading to furthermore struggles. So more focus on health, more focused on protecting yourself from the anger you have deep within. Okay, and this could also be purchasing a new property, purchasing maybe a piece of land in a faraway area, trying to settle down um, at a place which is far away from your birthplace. You want to purchase, you want to invest into some kind of property. So this transit may lead to that. And one more thing I want to add over here, and it is positive, let me tell you. This transit is happening in Pisces. You have Mars in Pisces. You might have never realized how much power you have. You have abundance here. But you have always been challenged by the world in some way, and you have never tapped into that power. Because as this is Pisces, okay, two fishes going in two opposite directions, you're always conflicted with the views of the world. So you don't get the trust on your own actions, that I can also create something, even if I'm flowing against the water current, but I have the power to create something. So the inner dialogue is being challenged because of others preaching you all the time. So there are times when you're against yourself, and Rahu is here to test you. Will you stand for yourself, or you will just challenge yourself further? So it's a wonderful time to tap into that power you have, to tap into the amazing ideas you have, and just go ahead with your work, whatever you want to do. Okay. And the last thing I would like to add, it is very similar to what I talked about initially, is just that you may act out of hurt. The actions you may take, the way you are talking to others, it's not your fault, but it's the aggression, the wound deep within, and you are acting because of that. The harshness others may see from you is just you may not be aware of it. So this is a time when you must learn to be in this space of love and be more soft with self. The moment you are aggressive, the moment you are raising your voice, just call yourself back that okay, you need to soften, you need to be very, very kind to self first, because the aggression may disturb your potential at this time. Okay, so learning to love again, learning to be more soft and not acting because of the anger you have. Do not focus on that, but focus on the good things, how to be more peaceful. If you have your natal Mercury in Pisces, of course, Rahu will transit over this planet for next 18 months. Let's understand what kind of changes this transit will bring for you. For Mercury people, the Mercury in Pisces people, this transit is tricky. This transit is about a battle, okay? A battle where don't let your mind fool you. Don't let what others has to say fool you. Let me tell you why. See, your Mercury is in Pisces, so of course it's in the debilitation sign, and Rahu transits over the Mercury, and just 7 places away from this Pisces house. 7 places away, this house is ruled by Virgo, where you will have the Ketu. So Ketu is also holding such a huge impact on the Mercury, being in Virgo. So this indicates you're trying to be free from some kind of bondage. Ketu in Virgo shows moving away from a very huge burden. And then Mercury in Pisces, transited by Rahu, you're unable to move beyond it because your mind is stuck in very minute details of every experience you went through. And There is a fear, like if I move forward, there is no going back. So Mercury is not setting you free because it's been transited by Rahu. The mind is in confusion, illusion. But the Ketu in Virgo wants that I need to be free from here. I want to set myself free from a major baggage. So this is about the people. The first thing I would say, it's about the people. You want to be free from certain connections in your life. It's not the family, though for the next 18 months Jupiter is in Aries and then Taurus, but it's more about the extended family, the relatives to be precise, or maybe the people who are around you, the neighbors, the people you meet with on a daily basis. You want to free yourself from how manipulative they are, or you want to free yourself from their opinions. Okay, so you're getting rid of that burden, not allowing them to make you feel stuck, make you feel unhappy all the time. And the one thing which is very specific here is learning, because Mercury is responsible for learning, acquiring information. So what you hear from others, don't trust it blindly. What you hear about yourself from others, seeing is believing, experiencing is believing. Again, go into every detail when you want to know the exact picture. This is a very good transit for research work. Those who are learning some kind of degree at this time, there will be some hurdles in the education. And also with respect to health, you may see problems with your skin, or infection in your throat. And most importantly for everyone, even if your health is absolutely fine at this time, learn to calm down your nervous system, to be very gentle, to be very patient at this time. Do not take quick actions without thinking. Okay, and of course there are expenditures, financial expenditures, mainly related to family. It could be that you're investing money in a certain project, maybe you're investing your ideas into a certain work, but you're not receiving the expected result. There's more of doing here, more of investment here, but not receiving the right result. So this is a house where there's a lot of expenditure happening. So in this transit, there is more of expenditure of the mental energy, doing more but not seeing the result. But this is not a permanent story for you. It's just that you need to work with patience here. This is the sign where Venus is exalted, and from here comes the remedy for you. Okay, just see where your Venus is placed. Venus is the pleasure. Venus is the luxury. It is, of course, connected to enjoyment, creativity. So just see where your Venus is placed, and your Venus may guide you. Okay, so do a creative work at this time. Just connect with your Venus placement. If Venus is, suppose, in the fourth house, buy something nice for you. Decorate your room, decorate your house, and this will bring a great relief. Suppose Venus is in the ninth house, just go on a trip, go to a spiritual place, and then you will get that clarity of mind. Find your enjoyment. The Venus will put you back into balance wherever your Venus is. Okay, so this transit, I won't say like it's completely difficult. It's more of your mindset, how you work, because here the Mercury's debilitation is showing unable to move forward, unable to take decisions, take firm decisions in this transit. You're so focused on something, a small point, that it irritates you so much you cannot forget it, you cannot go beyond it. or you may not find suitable people around you who are supporting you, that it's okay, let's move on from here. Someone who can guide you. This is the sign of Jupiter. So there is lack of guidance maybe at this time, and maybe more of manipulation, more of people who are showing you absolutely wrong picture. So here comes the role of your intuition. Mercury is the messenger of gods. Okay, so being transited by Rahu, the more you talk to divine, the more you connect to the higher power, maybe the more you chant certain mantras. Chanting is important, it will bring that healing. Praying is important. This will also help you to take care of your health. This will help you in making right decisions. Clarity of mind is important, because maybe the things are not so difficult out there, but your mind is in this illusion that this world is so unsafe for me, I cannot trust anyone. That kind of situation may happen. So when you pray, when you meditate, there is this great clarity of mind which comes to you. And if you're a writer, a poet, you have a lot of stories to tell, just start writing at this time. You will be guided to write. You'll be guided to express yourself through writing. And if you are someone who is into business, maybe in the field of technology or a work connected to media, you have a lot of work to do in this transit. Very busy period. Such a busy period that you may not have time for yourself. If you have your natal Jupiter in Pisces, then let's see what this transit of Rahu over your Jupiter will bring for you. Jupiter is the planet of the life force. It's about how you're learning. It's about the wisdom you have within. All that wisdom you have collected through different experiences. And here Rahu is testing that wisdom in this transit. How wisely you will take your decisions in every aspect of life: finances, health, relationships, work. This transit may firstly impact your health. It's not that everything is wrong with your health, but it's a wake-up call. A wake-up call to balance your body, the hormones, because these are the major messengers in the body. These are the main heroes here who maintain your body. So working on that, maintaining that life flowing in you, where you need to focus more, and where you need to really just stop investing your time. This is what you have to learn in this transit. It might be a bit challenging with respect to relationships, because at the very same time Jupiter is transiting from Aries and Taurus during this transit. For some people it could be new initiation in love, a sudden connection, a sudden new relationship, where you may not know the entire picture. Maybe you're shown a different picture. You don't know the reality of this particular person. So be very careful in your relationships, in your love life, especially if you're meeting someone new at this time. There may be a chance of people hiding their true intentions, hiding their true personality, their history. And if you are in a significant relationship at this time, then this might be a time when you learn a lot about the other person. Of course, not just the good things, but also what are areas of your bond, of your connection you have to work the most. Maybe there are too much of expectations here in the family life and any significant relationship, because Jupiter is about expansion. So too much of expectations, too much of hopes very positive about something. There's so much of hope from a certain aspect of life, maybe from a certain person, but this is Rahu. Rahu leads to that setback. So, knowing the truth of people is important. Whether it's a family member, whether you're doing some kind of financial investment, whether you're just making new friends, there is a possibility of, someone tricking you to get the benefit from you, especially financial. Maybe someone taking away a very valuable advice from you and not respecting you. So this is where you have to work the most. But still, your Jupiter is in its own sign. It's in Pisces, so don't worry. You have the support of the higher power. You are being protected, but still, this is a time of test where your wisdom, what you have learned from so long, to apply it, to use it. Okay, and faith in your dreams is what you need to work on right now. There's too much of overthinking, too much of uh, thinking about the final picture of your work, of your project, or whatever dream you have. But in that thinking process, you are losing the actions, you are losing your beautiful wisdom, how to make it happen. That's the major work you have to do. You will be blessed with more amazing ideas at this time. Your vision is going to be amazing. You will be blessed and supported with great ideas, whether it's any aspect of life, work, finances, how to expand. This is, you want to know, and you will get that help. You may also get help from someone very influential at this time. So there is growth. There is expansion, but this expansion is more of how much you can work on your spiritual journey, how much you can work on using your good talents and convert them into something beautiful, not for yourself, but for others. It's a time that you have to give something to the world. Jupiter, in its own sign, the great teacher, it's not just about you and only you, how you can give to others. Sharing your blessing with others is a theme. And any kind of selfish act at this time, like using someone's information against them, will bring a lot of difficulties. I'm not saying like everyone is bad in doing this, but still, your deeds at this time, you need to take care of that. Maybe it's not your intention, but you have to work for others. This is the time. You may do a lot of spiritual work at this time. You may travel to spiritual places, but be very aware of people who misguide you. Whether it's your spiritual path, whether it's your workplace, you have the tendency of being misguided by people at this time. And this misguidance is not taking you to the wrong path. This misguidance, this wrong information will just make you a bit confused. It may delay a few things, but you're not going on the wrong path. You're not going to fail at this time. So protect yourself. Be very careful about your company at this time. And Jupiter is showing some kind of experiences, spiritual experiences, which will be life changing. Like you may not be able to understand, you may not be able to uh, deal with that. Like, how did this happen? Some beautiful changes, spiritual changes are indicated, maybe through a dream, maybe certain experience. And you will be guided with that experience, what you need to focus right now in life. So, some kind of spiritual experiences may happen. Health needs great care. And also, like if you're planning for children or you have children, this transit can be difficult with respect to conceiving a child or simply the children's education, how they are learning, how they are moving forward in life, they may deal with the challenges, and with that you are also a bit tensed with them. You may see abundant opportunities to grow your finances at this time, but don't fall into those quick schemes of financial investments where you can grow your money very quickly. It will not help you in a long run. And but any opportunity coming through a faraway place, any opportunity where you have to guide others, teach other people, this will really lead to expansion in wealth. And lastly, I do see expenditures with respect to family, like you are paying a certain bill for someone else, a very close family member. Hey everyone, if you have Venus in Pisces and Rahu is transiting over your natal Venus, and in this transit, the major theme is love. It's not just the love you have for people, but love for life, love for the things you enjoy doing, what you truly um, cherish and value in your life. Venus is that. So, this is the time when definitely there's a lot of push and pull in relationships. There is love, there is great intensity, there is this more curiosity to know about the other person, to experience the love, to experience the happiness which comes with love. But there is push and pull. Like there are times when you will be very strong in your relationships, the attraction is great, but when it comes the time of deep emotional bonding, deep connection where there is exchange of love but also exchange of responsibilities, that is the time you may face challenges in your relationships and also in the family life. um, you may feel that people are taking advantage of your goodness, they're taking advantage of your finances, because Rahu in Pisces, there is always illusion here. There is this doubt that what will happen next. Okay, you have a certain negative thought and it gets bigger and bigger, so there is this fear, or you may feel that yes, people taking advantage of what I have to offer. And this is the time when you must learn the boundaries, because you may have the tendency of giving too much to others. You may lose that ability to understand who is right for you and who is not, because this expands your desire to have that comfort, to have loving people around you, to experience that bliss. For some people it could also be you always see the good in others, but at this time it may cost you. Okay, and this also shows understanding this concept that certain things are not made for you, whether it's a plan to maybe purchase something you love. Maybe you may buy it and you may not be happy with that purchase. It's just you want to get it, but it's not making you happy. Same for maybe a person. You want this person in your life, but you are not able to see into that long-term future, that this person might not be good for you. That vision is being cloudy because of Rahu over your Venus. So I would say like you should take a decision instantly. I need to cut off from certain people or this person, but don't get too deep into these connections. Again, observation, and this is the sign of Jupiter. So wisdom, trust your wisdom. Not, don't trust what you want, don't trust your passion right now, but your wisdom, what you want is very different from your wisdom. Okay, and this is very excellent time for people who are into creative works, who are maybe also doing a business and this business is connected to foreign lands. It is connected to women, like helping them with their grooming and beauty, cosmetics, art form, music, any work where long distance journey is involved. So this is leading to expansion in wealth, but more than that, expansion in the fame and how people treat you because of your success. So exponential growth is indicated at this time, but it may also lead to unexpected expenditures because of the family. The most important theme in this transit is you want reciprocation. Reciprocation in whatever you do in life, whether it's your work, whether it's your health, like you're doing certain changes and you want instant results. Maybe it's the reciprocation and the loyalty in a relationship, but Rahu may keep you confused when it comes to this reciprocation. And you also have to be very careful and not to trust anyone so easily. This is the theme. Waiting for maybe a closure in a love relationship, maybe waiting for the other person to put in the right actions. This transit is about love for you. Maybe you're passionate about a certain work project, but do things with patience. Don't just instantly give your 100% into a work. Okay, just you have to go very slowly, step by step, and don't focus too much about the end result. Focus on what you can do right now. And as Venus is about how you feel love and how you give love, what is the state of your relationships, this also is indicating that why you may face challenges in the love life. There is this great intimacy and passion you may see in the relationships at this time, but why there is this internal conflict? Because you may have certain memories in your subconscious where you were being hurt, where you were being wounded by a loved one or a previous partner, and now with that wound you are looking at your new relationships, you're looking at the new people coming in your life, and when you operate with that wound, that memory, it just spoils everything, because Rahu is keeping you worried. What if that history repeats? So again, it is a transit of not taking quick actions, waiting, doing things slowly, and focus on your creative side, your imaginative side. It will help you to expand your work amazingly. And if you are a woman, this transit may lead to health issues related to your reproductive system. So keep a preventive check regarding your health. If you have your natal Saturn in Pisces, then Rahu will transit over this planet for the next 18 months, and let's understand what kind of changes you may expect. So first thing is your work, professional path. The few things you're leaving behind. It could be your work, like the job which you might be doing at this time, and searching for a better opportunity, because Saturn in Pisces and Rahu transiting over this planet, it shows completion of something. Like, I can no longer see the growth here, I can no longer prosper here, I can no longer fulfill my goals. I need a bigger place, I need a new journey to fulfill my dream. So work is going to stagnate. Like professionally, you want to go for a very new big opportunity, and this will happen when Rahu is over the Saturn. It could be simply dissatisfaction because what you believe in, how you work, the purpose you have within, like everyone do have a purpose a certain vision of our work, what we want from it. So that job is not helping you, it's not fulfilling that purpose, the desire you have. Or it could be the situation at the work front is not comfortable, you're not feeling secure over there. Or it could be the financial issue, like you're not getting paid enough. The hard work you do, the amount of time you give to your work, you're not being paid with respect to that. So there is change with respect to profession. Moving into a new job, maybe learning a new skill and using that skill in a professional path. So something big happens here with respect to career. Whatever the resources you have, you feel it's not sufficient and you want to grow with respect to it. Now, on a soul level, this transit indicates very deep research. It could be research in your work, research in your assignment or education you are attaining right now, but it's also deep research with respect to your purpose, your life, your actions, where you are going, what are you creating for yourself, how do you see yourself in the future. A lot of questions in your mind, and these questions may trigger you, these questions may make you feel very nervous. So the big message here, coming through Rahu transiting over your Saturn, is to don't take huge steps, don't take big risks right now. Like, yes, you can take the risk, but it's simply don't look too much into the future. That's the main thing. Don't take huge steps. One thing at one time, one step at one time, one problem at one time, one plan at one time. You need not to see the entire plan together. So when you act like this, you will be very successful. Here Saturn is about limits, restrictions, and Rahu is about expansion, going beyond any limit. So there's a desire to grow abundantly, desire to take the risk, desire to acquire everything you want. But Saturn wants you to be cautious here. Okay, whatever you do, whatever action you take, it's your work, it's a relationship, it's your health, just think a bit about it. Just think and then take the actions. Don't take actions in impulse, out of curiosity or out of some kind of pressure. And one more thing is that there is disconnection with certain people in this transit. Such people with whom your actions are not blending well, the responsibilities are not blending well, there is no closure, where the other person is not taking any actions. Maybe you are unable to take actions, you are unable to commit to this person. It can be about love, it can be about a certain work assignment, it could be a friendship, any promise made with someone and it's not working. It's time to go away from that. Some kind of disconnection is being created by Saturn from everything where you couldn't commit, you couldn't fulfill it, where there is no structure. So that thing needs to go. Okay. And this transit is also very important with respect to settlement in the foreign lands. It's mainly because of work, profession, finding new opportunities over there, settling down in a place which is very new to you. Especially, there's a difference in the culture, there's a difference in the mentality of people. So adjusting to that place where people have very different way of living, it could be a challenge initially. But yes, settling down to a place which is very far, and some kind of a major deal may also happen with respect to a property or a house at this time, trying to sell a property. And as Saturn is in Pisces, this is also about how much trust do you have on your dreams. Saturn is about practicality, grounding. So, Saturn, in this transit, through Saturn, you will realize how certain plans and dreams are impractical for you. In fact, it could be that, okay, there is this dream you have, something big you want in life, but there is a realization that even if you get this thing, even if you get this opportunity, you will not be happy. You will never see the good things with this opportunity. In fact, there will be too much of emotional, physical, mental strain into that work, into that person maybe. So whatever you dreamt about, Saturn will give you a close picture that you want this, but just see what happens in the future. See what happens when you settle with this. You won't be happy. So it's also a time to let go certain dreams which are not helping you in any way. And when you cling to them, it creates damage, painful. Saturn is also about pain, and being in Pisces and transited by Rahu, I want this. This is so huge for me. And you find it so hard to let it go. It's so painful. But you save yourself from the pain which you may suffer afterwards. So letting go those plans, letting go those dreams, and starting things in a very new way. And this is also about trusting the time. Saturn is about time, and you want to create few things, the subconscious, okay, you want to create something, you want something, but for now, wait. For now, trust the time, trust the divine plans. It's like I have a plan, but the divine have a very better or a different plan for me. So it's your plan uh, versus the plan of the divine. So waiting for that right time, things to unfold, waiting for that right moment when you can really enjoy the fruits of your labor. If you have natal Rahu in Pisces, then of course the transiting Rahu will be over the natal Rahu for the next 18 months. Let's see what kind of changes you may witness at this time. So, Rahu over the natal Rahu, this is about a life changing event happening for you. It could be connected to a major move, traveling to a new place, permanent settlement in the foreign lands, maybe going for a higher degree. It could be initiation of a new relationship and ending the previous one, finding that closure, or maybe just not waiting for the closure and moving ahead. There will be certain areas where you have to move on. You may not get the complete closure, you may not get the complete result you're waiting for, the final picture you're waiting for. Uh, Here, not knowing the reality is the theme. Whatever happened, you cannot sit and wait, you have to move on. And the same thing happens in the next chapter as well, that you don't know what's next. Maybe, like for example, you are planning to move into a different place, a different country, and you're gathering information, you're gathering the info about the weather, the food, the currency, the people, but you will learn so many things when you finally move into that place. So there's more knowledge, more understanding of that place. So it's like when you experience, you learn. This is the theme of this transit. Going to places, go meeting people who are unknown, getting into the unfamiliar, where you cannot have the final picture, that clear calculation, what will happen next. There is no certainty. So, embracing that uncertainty of life is a theme in this transit because this is Pisces. So, uncertainty is definitely there, but Be open to the risk. This is what Rahu here indicates. And one more thing is Pisces is the feminine sign. So you already have your natal Rahu in feminine sign, and of course Rahu is approaching the same sign. This is also about connecting with your empathetic side, being more gentle with self, being more connected to self. Like, you have to give yourself time. You have to be very easygoing with your own self, nourishing yourself, nourishing your mind, most importantly, giving yourself the atmosphere, giving yourself the surrounding where you can feel happy, where you can feel comfortable. Of course, everywhere you won't get this environment, but taking out time for yourself, like in the entire day, at least 1 hour, 2 hours just for self, and be in that comfortable place, doing your favorite work, decorating your house, decorating your room. So something about a place, creating this sanctuary for yourself. So when you come back from your work, when you come back from a very difficult, tiring day, you sit in that place doing your favorite work and getting this feeling of relaxation. Like, for that particular time period, it's just you and your favorite things. So focusing on that is important at this time, relaxing yourself, nourishing your mind. And also, again, you need not to be very logical at this time. Again, that calculative part, doing everything with calculations, and viewing your relationships with logic and calculations, it's quite hurtful, because just opposite to Rahu, 7 places away, there's Ketu in Virgo. So you want to let go from the traditional rules and regulations you have in a certain relationship. A very wonderful time to focus on your creative activities, the imagination you have, the ideas you're having at this time. Your mind is really super active in this transit, full of ideas, full of great visions. It's not just your inner wisdom which is giving you this great idea, but also this definitely, because this is Pisces, a bridge to the higher power. So a lot of help, assistance, ideas, messages through your intuition are coming to you through the higher power. So this is a very good time to focus on the dreams you see, the ideas you get, the visions you get at this time, and bring them all together and see how this can help you to find a way in your life. How can this help you in your work? How can this help you to be more happy? There's some kind of guidance coming to you at this time, maybe from a teacher, a guru, or it could be definitely this strong connection with the higher power. This Wi-Fi connection is getting stronger in this transit. So you will be guided, you will be intuitively guided, you will be shown signs and symbols, what to do next, where you have to focus the most. Because at this time you may think a lot about your purpose. What is my purpose at this time? And this leads to more enhancement of your spiritual journey. The other way is that you may feel lost, you may not have the purpose in your mind, and then you get into certain habits, certain activities, which really is going to damage your health, getting into addictions, getting into sadness, mood swings. So you have to protect yourself. That's why I mentioned find certain activities which are of course healthy, which makes you happy, which really brings the best out of you, not the worst. Okay, so Rahu over Rahu is big changes, life-changing events, and it could be anything depending on your house where your actual Rahu is. Suppose Rahu is in first house. This is about living life entirely in a different manner, changing your looks, leaving the old style, the old clothes, and grooming yourself. If Rahu is in the fifth house, this is about new initiation with children. It could be that children are dealing with some challenges in their education. For them, it's a major event happening in their life. Rahu in the seventh house, this is about closing one chapter in the love life and moving on to next one. Maybe it's about going back to that same connection, resolving it, working on it. Okay, working on the differences could happen. So the house in which this transit is happening, that matters a lot. And as this transit is happening in Pisces, in the next 2 years, Jupiter is in Aries and Taurus. So significant changes with respect to family, like you may move away from your family, you may have certain financial responsibilities towards them which may impact your savings, or you have to entirely move on to a new place along with certain family members. Maybe you have to take care of them as well. So situation will be different depending upon the house, depending upon where your Jupiter is placed. Hey everyone, if you have Ketu in Pisces, then Rahu will transit over your natal Ketu. With this transit, the first thing you will witness is great change, great shift in your spiritual path. There is this journey, physical journey you may take to a spiritual place, to a pilgrimage. This brings such deep understanding of life. This brings great realization and finding of the truth. There is this bitter truth which needs to be understood in this life. Learning that whatever happened with respect to a certain situation, there were certain lies, there were certain things which were being overlooked by you. Maybe it's your love, maybe it's your passion, maybe it's your need which made you overlook these things, or simply there is this overwhelming feeling about the future. So with this journey, like even if you're not planning, I would say go to a spiritual place and you just see the clarity you get at this time and the courage you will get to accept certain things about your life. So big shift in the spiritual path, more intense understanding of self and your spiritual journey. It's challenging because at this time you are dealing with someone or certain people with whom there is a karmic tie. It's like you cannot move away from this situation and you cannot also work on this situation. So stuck in that area. It's mostly a karmic bond, or maybe a situation connected to taking a decision, like you want to move on to a different place, you want to start with a different career. So there is this indecisiveness, and with Rahu over Ketu, take your decision with time. Do not make hasty decisions, okay? Because this is Pisces, okay? Ketu, you have already Ketu in Pisces and now Rahu transiting over it. This is the time to surrender. You don't have to push and make things happen, but to wait, to be positive, to understand that there are certain things about life which will be in a mystery for us. It is mysterious. We don't know what lies ahead. Things might look a bit dark, but we need to surrender and live in that moment, not knowing what's next happening. The next chapter is coming to us, and letting go the control. because Ketu is about letting go the control, and when Rahu transits over it in Pisces, you may struggle to take charge of those things which are out of control. And I'm talking about every aspect of life, or maybe whatever you resonate with. Okay, so having a belief that you will reach to your destination, even if right now you're dealing with some kind of challenge. So spiritual shift is there. Secondly, dealing with certain situations or people where there is some kind of karmic connection, something needs to be resolved with these people, and your wisdom will guide you in this process. Your wisdom is your true light. Okay, and secondly, this also shows giving yourself time to heal your physical body. Ketu is about let go, surrender, and Pisces is the subconscious mind, where you have your deepest feelings, ideas, thoughts, fears, desires. So when Rahu transits this place where there's certain things you want to let go, the first thing you need to let go is the fear of the world. Do not be in a state of fear. You will be put into certain situations where you have to fight the fear of abandonment. You have to fight the fear of losing your finances. You have to fight with the fear of dealing with difficult people. Okay, everything may look like a personal attack at this time. Like everyone is a threat to you, because your ability to, understand what is right and what is wrong, here Rahu is challenging that. You cannot take everything as a threat. You cannot take everything as the greatest opportunity. The lunar nodes are coming together here, Ketu and Rahu. So again, tapping into your wisdom and not getting afraid of any situation. Do not be in fear. That's the major part of this transit. And a wonderful time to focus on self. Just give yourself rest, make peace with yourself, and you need to relax that nervous system of yours. Same applies for Mercury being transited by Rahu. Relaxing your nervous system, because with that relaxation comes more healing and better ideas for future. And this is also a transit where something is being completed. Whether that work is done or not, you want to move beyond it. You can no longer carry that burden in you. And during this time, the Jupiter transits in Aries and Taurus. So this is about a family burden which you want to let go. You want to get rid of some kind of financial liability. So freedom from some kind of financial issue. And you don't want to take up that responsibility anymore. This will happen. So this is life changing when Rahu meets Ketu or Ketu meets Rahu. This is life changing, and here as Ketu is in Pisces and Rahu is here in the same sign, this is about getting rid of every fear of yours, getting rid of the mindset you created about life, the idea you created about life. Things can be very different. Life is full of surprises, and there is spiritual journey happening here, and there is also, if not spiritual journey, there is some kind of miracle event. A very spiritual event happens in your life, and you will be surprised that there is divine, there is this presence of divine, some kind of higher power, and you have that bliss, you have that support of that divine. So spiritual experiences may happen, some kind of dreams may happen where you will feel the support and the guidance coming to you.